Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a lot to get through before Cup Fever fully takes over the weekend. We're standing on the edge of what could be yet another historic moment for Celtic Football Club, with the Scottish Cup final looming large on Saturday afternoon. It's more than just a match, it's a shot at the treble, a chance to cap off a remarkable season with yet another piece of silverware. But before we dive headfirst into all the excitement that comes with a final, there's plenty going on off the pitch that we need to chat about. Transfers, speculation, and one massive shout out to a Celtic hero who's just silenced all the doubters in spectacular fashion. We've got to start by giving massive credit where it's due. Ange Postecoglou, the man who brought us so many special moments at Celtic Park, has just written another chapter in his incredible career, this time down south. Last night, under the bright lights of European competition, Ange lifted the Europa League trophy with Tottenham Hotspur defeating Manchester United by 1-0. Now, let's not sugarcoat it. The game itself was nothing to write home about. It was a dire 90 minutes of football, the kind that makes you question why you sat through it in the first place. But that didn't matter, because what mattered most to Celtic fans, to those who backed Ange from day one, and to anyone who knows what that man has been through, is that he won. He got his moment. It was bittersweet for me, if I'm being totally honest, because everyone knows I've got a bit of a soft spot for Manchester United. But if anyone was going to get one over on them, I'm genuinely glad it was Ange. And I know what some people will say. It's just Tottenham, or they've always bottled it before, but that's exactly what makes it so sweet. Ange came in, dealt with criticism from all directions, from the media, from his own fan base, from pundits who couldn't see past their own noses, and he proved every single one of them wrong. The man is a born winner, and he's done something no one has managed in decades. He's delivered a major trophy to Spurs. If that doesn't command respect, I don't know what does. There's something incredibly satisfying about watching someone succeed after being written off. So many people mocked his appointment when he took the Celtic job, then again when he headed down to England. The same tired narrative. He's not cut out for it. He's out of his depth. He's just some guy from Australia. Well, that guy from Australia is now the second man in history to both manage Celtic and lift a European trophy. That's right. Only one other manager who's been in charge at Celtic has ever gone on to lift a European title. And now Ange has joined that very exclusive club. That's not just luck. That's pedigree. It's hard not to feel proud. Watching the videos, the interviews, the photos of him holding that trophy, it all brings back memories of his time in Glasgow. The way he carried himself, the way he connected with the fans, the culture he built inside that dressing room. Ange didn't just win games, he changed the mentality. He brought belief. And now he's taken that same energy and done the unthinkable. With Spurs. Whether he stays there or not, whether the board backs him or he decides to move on, he's left his mark. You can already sense the love pouring in from Celtic fans all over, because deep down, we always knew he'd do it. It was just a matter of time. There's even chatter about whether he'll stay in London. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't blame him if he walked away with that medal and said, "Thanks very much, I'm off." Tottenham fans haven't always given him the respect he deserves, and you gotta wonder if he'll fancy sticking around. Jobs in football aren't easy to come by, especially good ones, so it's his call at the end of the day. But wherever he ends up, you can be sure of one thing: he's a top-level manager who's finally getting the recognition he's earned. Right, shifting gears a bit. And let's talk about Celtic now, because while we've got one eye on the cup final, there's still plenty brewing behind the scenes, and some of it could have a big impact on next season. One name that's popped up recently, and not for the first time, is Arne Engels. You might have seen the headlines already. There's growing interest from Serie A, with Atalanta reportedly making what's being described as concrete moves to bring him to Italy. Now, this isn't just idle chatter. Italian sources claim the club is actively looking to bolster their midfield, and Engels is right near the top of their list. The story's been floating around for a couple of days, and it actually went a bit under the radar until it was picked up by some fan outlets. Fair play to them for catching it, because the original source, Sport Italia, buried it deep in a larger article about Atalanta's summer plans. But if you dig through it, you'll see Engels' name mentioned alongside other targets like Morten Frendrup from Genoa. The key point? Atalanta are making moves, and Engels is very much on their radar. Now, let's not hit the panic button just yet. First off, we don't know how reliable the report is. Italian media can be a bit hit or miss when it comes to transfer news, so it's worth taking it all with a pinch of salt. But even so, it doesn't surprise me that a player like Engels is attracting attention. He's had a strong debut season in Scotland. He's young, talented, and has shown a lot of promise. Yet, there's still this strange reluctance among some fans to fully back him. Maybe it's because he hasn't been a headline-grabbing signing, or because people expected more instant impact. But the truth is, he's progressed well. And at just 21 years old, there's plenty more to come. Let's not forget, development takes time. Not every player explodes onto the scene in their first year. Some take longer to adapt, and that's perfectly normal. Engels has shown he's got the tools, good vision, composure on the ball, and the ability to contribute in big moments. Losing him now, just as he's settling in, would feel like a huge step backwards. And I'm sure Celtic know that too. There's also the financial side to consider. Celtic paid around £11 million to bring Engels in, and I can't see the club letting him go for anything less than double that. Unless Atalanta are willing to fork out serious money, and I mean £22 million or more, I don't think a deal gets done. And even then, would Engels want to leave so soon? Would he give up the chance to continue his development in a team chasing trophies for a new challenge abroad? I'm not convinced. There's even been some analysis from the CIS Football Observatory, a site that values players globally. According to their estimates, Engels' current value sits between 21 and 30 million euros. That's a big range, and while it's not gospel, it gives you an idea of how highly rated he is. Still, unless someone comes in with a huge offer, I just don't see Celtic letting him walk away. He's not the finished article yet, and it feels like there's a lot more to come next season. So this is definitely one to watch. Atalanta do have history when it comes to targeting Celtic players. Just look at what happened with Matt O'Reilly last year. They clearly scout the Scottish market, and if they see Engels as the next big prospect, you can bet they'll be keeping tabs. But for now, I'd say we're still a long way from any serious movement. If I had to guess, I'd say he stays. 1 more year at least, maybe 2. That's me putting my neck on the line, but also crossing my fingers because I genuinely think he's got more to show us in green and white. And speaking of midfielders, let's not ignore the other name doing the rounds lately, Kalidou. Sidibe. Now this one's a bit fresher. The towering French defensive midfielder, we're talking 6'7" of pure presence, has been linked with a move to Celtic before, and his name's come up again in the past week. His manager has basically confirmed that Sidibe is open to a transfer this summer, saying something along the lines of he knows it's a possibility when asked about his future. Sidibe is currently playing in League 2 with Guingamp, and his contract is running into its final year. That means there's a window here, potentially a very affordable one, with his value estimated at just under £2 million. Now, I'm not saying this is a done deal or even a concrete target yet, but with the midfield potentially seeing some departures, whether that's Rio Hatate, Matt O'Reilly again, or even Arnie Engels, you can bet Brendan Rodgers will be looking for reinforcements. Sidibe could tick a few boxes. He's physical, disciplined, and clearly looking for a step up. We'll need to keep an eye on how this one develops over the summer. All of that said, the immediate focus has to be on this weekend. The Scottish Cup final is nearly upon us, and the chance to complete the treble is right there for the taking. We'll be back tomorrow with a full preview on the podcast, going over everything you need to know ahead of the big day. Then it's full steam. Ahead to Hampden Park, where the season reaches its climax. It's flown by, hasn't it? One last game to seal the glory. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Dundee manager Tony Docherty has found himself at the center of a brewing storm after rumors surfaced suggesting the Dens Park boss made disparaging comments about Celtic behind closed doors. The alleged remarks, though unconfirmed, have sparked tension across Scottish football, igniting strong reactions from both fans and pundits alike. According to unnamed sources, Docherty is said to have questioned Celtic's recent form and commitment, reportedly labeling the Glasgow Giants as overrated and too comfortable at the top. Though no audio or direct quote has been verified, the rumor has been enough to cause a stir, with Parkhead faithful calling for an official apology while some media figures demand clarification from the Dundee manager himself, Tony Docherty, who took the reins at Dundee with a clear vision of establishing the club in the top flight, has been known for his measured approach and emphasis on respect within the Scottish Premiership. That's precisely why this alleged slip of the tongue has come as such a shock to many. So far, neither Docherty nor the Dundee FC press office has released an official statement on the matter, but insiders claim the club is monitoring the situation closely. Meanwhile, in Glasgow, Celtic have remained largely quiet on the subject. Manager Brendan Rodgers, when briefly questioned about the rumor during a post-match interview, deflected attention by focusing on his side's performance and upcoming fixtures. Still, fans have taken to social media in droves, some laughing off the rumor as typical mind games, others calling it a disrespectful move by a rival manager. As the Scottish Premiership edges toward a dramatic conclusion, this controversy adds a new layer of intrigue to the already tense atmosphere. Whether or not Docherty's alleged words were ever uttered, the incident serves as a reminder of how quickly things can escalate in the passionate world of Scottish football. Only time will tell if this turns into a footnote or a full-blown feud. Hello fan! Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.